And begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to imagine a place just as this, just a little different. The only difference is Micah. He's not here. He never attended speech class this semester. That might be a reason. Or he never even attended St. Paul. Another reason might be he never, or his parents never met. These are all parallel universes, if you think about it like the multiverse theory, as I'm going to speak to you and to tell you about today. And all of those scenarios are, in fact, different parallel universes in on itself. Now, this theory and concept is very fascinating to many and has brought a lot of inspiration to many different pop culture medias and different mainstream medias. And I'm going to talk about them today. Primarily, I'm going to focus on what I like best, comic books and the shows that comes with it. So I'm going to primarily focus on a show called The Flash. You might have seen it, you might have not. There's going to be some spoilers, but please don't be too mad about that. But first, I'm going to show you a clip from another show that intertwined with The Flash called Supergirl, where The Flash explains this theory very, very basic. So, without further ado, here's the clip. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, that's one way.
It's coming. Sorry.
Oh,
There you go.
there you got it.
Alright, so imagine there are multiple versions of Earth. One where the Nazis won World War II, one where Kennedy was never assassinated.
Oh, yeah, one where all of us are evil.
Been there, it sucks. So all of these Earths occupy the same place in space, but they vibrate at a different frequency so they can't see one another.
Yeah, but it's like if you can go fast enough, then it's possible to open like a breach and then travel between worlds.
Yeah.
But how could you travel that far?
Yes, and that is just the basics of it, that we all are in the same place and time, but we vibrate on different frequencies, hence we cannot see each other. This phenomenon and concept is very, very broad, hence it has not been very, very focused on and studied a lot by scientists and stuff. So it was kind of hard to find resources regarding this when it comes to scientists and stuff. But I did find a video from Tech Insider where an astronomer called Stuart Clark, who's the author of a book called Unknown Universe, where he talks about this a lot. He said this in the video. Now, the multiverse is something that has come at astronomers and physicists from a number of angles. There are a number of problems that could be solved if there were more than just one universe, as we think of today. Now, I will not be diving into the quantum physics of this, because that is very, very broad and there's a lot to dive into. But I will go into more of the Flash's way of explaining it, just like Barry Allen did right here. And in the second episode of Season 2 of The Flash, a character who's like the lead scientist is called Cisco Ramon. He explains the theory as this. He says, so Jay is saying he's from a mirror world, or a parallel universe, that's very, very similar to ours, though not just the same. Here he explains that these parallel universes are, as I said in the beginning with the example with Micah, very, very similar, but not the exact same. And therefore, they can seem very, very similar, but they are not, as I mentioned. Now, the difference between the quantum physics and the media is very, very broad, and it's very hard to explain it. But now that you know the basics of this theory, let's see how it's used in different pop culture medias and how it's used in film and comic books, as I mentioned. Now, before I start talking about The Flash, there's some other like big movies or big medias that I can mention. The newest one that I can think of is either Bandersnatch, which was released on Netflix this past Christmas. It's an interactive film where you choose different paths for your character to take, and this leads into different endings, which in general, or the basics of it, is different parallel universes and different parallel realities that even affect one another. If you choose one thing and start over, this can affect another path that you may take later. Another one that's just a little honorable mention is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which was released also last year during December, November time. where they'd use this concept very, very much and involve it a lot, where a lot of different Spider-Men from different parallel universes come and help this main Spider-Man. Another media or movie franchise that used this a lot is the Marvel movies. They have explored the quantum realm and different mirror dimensions and stuff in movies like Ant-Man and Doctor Strange. Now, when I'm going back to the video that I showed you, The Flash uses this together with all the other shows that branch out from The Flash to kind of interact with each other very, very well, and they kind of create this bigger threats, and they also use it like if they need resources or if they need help from another Earth, if they have relationships across the multiverse, they use this a lot, and they go very, very in depth, saying there was first only 52 Earths and then 90 Earths, and now they're saying over 200 plus, and the number just keeps growing. Now, this theory is very, very interesting to me, and I hope it's very interesting to you, that you might take it into consideration to be true, even. Because now that I've told you about it, I hope you understand more. And whether or not you want to go into the quantum physics of it, like the astronomer I told you about, or you want to just think of it very basically as The Flash or the comic books that The Flash is based on, that is entirely up to you. This has been the multiverse and pop culture media, and I hope you take this into consideration, because in a parallel universe, I might not even have gotten the chance to tell you about it at all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you, Eyvinn. And I'll take your